it leads me into something that you brought up before we started recording. The body wants to be healthy. The body should be healthy. We should have every possible opportunity to be healthy people. And while we're on the subject of vaccines, this gets way hairier. Anytime you're talking about vaccinations in kids, it's very easy to be labeled an anti-vaxxer or somebody that just loves vaccinations, and there's no nuance. I think both you and I fall somewhere probably in the middle of that. But yeah, let's just share a little bit about the author that you were talking about, her idea of vaccinations, and then we can kind of roll from there.
Yeah, this is super cool. I was going to bring the book with me, but I forgot. But it's the GAPS book, which I forget what it stands for exactly. But it is basically talking about your digestive health and in relation to psychological issues. And so she talks all about gut health, and she has a chapter in there about vaccines. And it's really interesting because she gives her opinion of kind of these because a lot of people like to attack vaccines as if like they're just the worst thing ever and they're just trying to poison us. And yeah, there's some ingredients in there that are definitely questionable, and the safety regulations around them aren't super clear and whatnot. But nevertheless, vaccines have gotten us to where we are today. Like, they have saved millions of people and children who, wouldn't have gotten by without them. So it's like there's pros and cons always. Mm-hmm. And it does come back to our immune system and now how healthy are we and how able are we to handle these vaccines that are injected into us. And so her suggestion in the book is to have these 3 prerequisites, and I don't know if I can remember them all, but it was just essentially around testing a child to see how their immune system is functioning before you vaccinate them. And then the second one was doing a full health test on the parents too, to see where they're at and how healthy the mom was when she was in her pregnancy and all of that, because it plays a huge role in the kid's immune system. Mm-hmm. And then the third one was based on how healthy the child is, his or her immune system, vaccinating as needed and vaccinating one vaccine at a time instead of injecting, multiple viruses at once, which would never happen in nature and is way more difficult for the body to process. Doing one at a time, and if the child's not healthy yet, then wait, hold off, fix their immune system, fix their microbiome, and then slowly as needed add the vaccines.
I love that. It's amazing. There is such an obsession with giving them all the vaccines as quickly as possible in this weird bundle. It's like, do you really think that from age 1 to 6 months, they're at some giant risk of getting polio and measles, mumps, rubella, and all this shit? It's like, in the first 6 months, they're home. They're with you. They're not out interacting with other kids and stuff, It's so crazy, this idea that we need to do that so quickly in such a ridiculous schedule. And the vaccination topic is always interesting to me because, again, let's go back to societal pressures and consumption shaming. I vote consumption shaming 2021. But it's this idea with pregnant women. Something interesting that we do is they're given virtually free reign to give in to all of their crazy cravings and eat all of the junk that they want. Like every movie that you ever see that's portraying a husband and wife when the wife is pregnant, and the husband's job is to just like run to the store and buy like pints of ice cream and Doritos and cakes and cookies and pizza and soda, whatever the wife wants, the wife gets. So you're eating for two, eat all of the calories and eat all of the junk. It's this crazy thing. And something that I don't think people realize is like, I've heard stories of like pregnant women licking ashtrays because they have crazy cravings. And they're like, what are these cravings? I knew a woman that was pregnant that wanted to eat chalk. I heard a story about another woman that wanted to lick ashtrays. So think about these things, right? These are cravings for minerals. They're trying to get minerals, right? So they're eating all of this energy, like no protein, none of these things, or a lot of these food cravings that are happening. It's literally that the body is starved specifically for either minerals or micronutrients. So if they're going for like an ashtray or chalk or something, they're trying to get, literal minerals from like rocks and stone, the same way that we get like salt and potassium and magnesium and all these things, So the micronutrients, what the body is craving, it's telling you to eat everything in sight. So you're getting these crazy cravings now, and also like salty foods, generally speaking, that means like you were getting potassium or something bloody. The only times we really like got salty things in nature as our ancestors are like that umami taste that they have, usually was telling you if you're eating umami and salty things, you're usually getting that from a bloody animal. So now we're eating like Pringles and chips and all these things. The body is getting taste signals that tell it it's getting protein, but no protein is entering the system. So you eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Now what happens is you get tremendous metabolic dysfunction, and your baby is born with tremendous metabolic dysfunction and a very weak immune system. Nobody wants to talk about this. It is much easier to blame the medical system, to blame the vaccinations, like you said, to say these are the most evil things in the world, even though they've saved countless lives. And I'm not saying that all vaccinations need to be done. I think there's 4 to 5 times the amount of vaccinations that like our parents got in the 1960s or whatever. We're about the same age. So, yeah, it's crazy. I think the schedule's nuts. I think they're giving way too many to babies, but we need to put a better health on consumption shaming. I mean, but again, it's like, I'm on a podcast right now telling you that we should shame a pregnant woman's food decisions. Do you know how many people, people might turn the podcast off right now, literally just hearing me speak about this. And then everyone's going to love the fact that I don't have kids and I've never been with a pregnant partner. I get all of that. But understand, I care more about your kid's health and your kid's immune system than I care about your feelings, period. I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. I care more about your kid's health than I care about your sad little ego feelings because you want to eat cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know why. There just needs to be more of an emphasis on this. And it comes back full circle. I wanted to finish the conversation with this topic because we're talking about vaccinations for kids. We're talking about vaccinations for grownups now with COVID-19. Who is at the highest risk of complications from vaccines? Metabolically broken people, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sums it up. I mean, what you can do, the only proactive thing you can do is focus on your health. Focus on your health so that your kids can be healthy and, lead by example and focus on the factors of your life that you can control: food, diet, lifestyle, sleep, all these different things. And yeah, just stop. We're wasting so much energy blaming everything outside of our lives because it makes us feel like we don't have to take control of our own lives. But it's like no one's coming to save you. You always say this.
Yeah, that's it.
It's true.
Amen. That was a fantastic summary of everything we just talked. That was like perfect. You're an excellent co-host.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep you.
Thanks for having me. Yay.
Yeah, of course.
I passed.
Yeah. Did we miss anything? Anything else you want to cover? Anything you want to share? Or?
I just wanted to say the book, the GAPS book, it's Gut and Psychology Syndrome. And her name is Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride. And she's amazing. She had, I think it was a son or a child that was that had autism and was able to reverse that. And I know that's very controversial, but I just recommend you read the book or, look into her. She has a lot of amazing research and a lot of success. So yeah, just a great resource if anyone wants to look further into that.
Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, we'll put that in the show notes and everything. I will also give all of you a link to Combating Coronavirus if you want to take a look at that ebook that I wrote back in March. And then, honestly, if you want to just skip all the bullshit and get as healthy as humanly possible right now, go to iamclovis.com/start, START, iamclovis.com/start. Get a custom nutrition plan. I will fix your health, period. I think Lily agrees.
Yeah. It's the best. I'm a little bit biased, but it's simple. It's to the point and it covers all of it. And you just have a tough love, but no BS kind of approach. And it's what we need. Yeah. There's just too many people out there trying to tell you that you don't have to change anything and you can be healthy. And it's just not the case. It's not, and we're seeing it. So don't go through all that. Just go to someone like Justin who's actually interested in making you healthy and doing it as fast and as easy as possible. And yeah, you're gonna reap the benefits of that in every other aspect of your life. It really does have ripple effects throughout your whole life just to fix your individual health, because you can show up as so much of a better person. So I highly recommend it.
Well, thank you.